In this experiment, we will be using the Head Prestige Mid. It's the 2019 version, the 93 square inch head, and with it we will be using the Pro O Dampener like we have in previous experiments. So again, 3 points on the string bed, the first being at the bottom of the string bed, like so, the second at the midpoint, and the third and final experiment, it will be on the cross string. So the strings we're using in this experiment is the Dunlop Black Widow 16, so it's the 1.3mm version of the string. It's a really cool string. I remember using it a couple years back and I thought I played some pretty good tennis with it, so I'm looking forward to testing this. There's a few stats that I thought stood out. The deflection on this string is 31mm, so if we compare that to Wilson Revolve at 32.1mm, it's a huge difference. So in theory the launch angle should be a lot lower on court, and that means we should be able to hit with a lot more spin, but you never know what's going to happen. These experiments always throw up surprises, so either way I'm looking forward to it, really excited about this one. Let's go see how it performs. So for the low dampener, the serves in percentage came in at 43%, the maximum serve speed was 103 miles an hour, and the average serve speed was 76 miles an hour. So that's a new record here at Cupenia Tennis, and I'm really surprised about that. I didn't think the record of 74 for the Prince Phantom was going to be broken anytime soon, but like I said, these setups, they throw up surprises from time to time, and this one is a nice one. Yeah, really good. And out on court, I thought the string bed, it came in stiffer on the database, and you feel it's a little bit stiffer, but that comes with benefits like you can place the serve better, there's more consistency there, and I'm really happy with this setup. So I think we're gonna rate this one a 59 out of 100. So that again is a new high at Cupenia Tennis, and yeah, let's look at the next experiment. Let's see if we can keep it up. So onto the midpoint, the data came in as follows. The serves in percentage was 34%, the average serve speed was 67 miles an hour, and the maximum serve speed was 87 miles an hour. So no, we didn't keep it up. This is quite disappointing in comparison to the low dampener. The average serve speed took a big dip from 76 to 67. So did the maximum, and so did the serves in percentage. So not much good to talk about in comparison. Out on court, the string bed, it felt probably roughly the same stiffness, so I'm not really sure why it underperformed so badly. And in previous experiment, the midpoint has been the best performer, but it just so happens it doesn't really work with the Black Widow, so it's important to keep testing so we know where to place the dampeners. A bit disappointing, but oh well. Let's move on to the rating. I've given it a 49 out of 100, so not much to be happy about there. Let's move on to the final experiment. Hopefully it'll get a bit better. For our final experiment, we had the O dampener on the bottom cross string, and the data came in as follows. The average serve speed was 70 miles an hour, the maximum serve speed was 107 miles an hour, and the serves in percentage was 62%. So a big improvement over the midpoint experiment. 62% is one of the highest serves in percentages that we've recorded here at Cupenia Tennis, and overall I'm really happy with this. And if we compare it to the low dampener had a 76 mile an hour average serve speed. This is a 70 mile an hour, but interestingly this had a higher maximum at 107, so something to note there. And out on court, the string bed definitely felt a bit stiffer. I think you'll find if you use these Pro O Dampener, it has to be this particular O Dampener because some O Dampeners perform differently. If you use the Pro O Dampener and place it on the cross string, it almost always stiffens up the string bed, and that does come with perks. It's easier to place the ball, whether it be down the tee, out wide, with more consistency. I have more faith in the string bed when I've got the dampener on the cross string, but don't take my word for it. Go out there and test it for yourself. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, really good. Onto the rating. Out of 100, I have given this a 60. That's a 60 out of 100. And that is a new record here at Cupenia Tennis. The low dampener had the record of 59 for a total of 2 experiments, but this deservedly takes the crown. It's a really good setup. I have used it in the past, and it's definitely tournament ready, it's match ready, and if it's results that you're after, if you're purely result orientated, then this, out of everything we've tested so far, is probably the setup to go for. But I'll be honest with you, the low dampener setup is probably my favorite. You know, 6 mile an hour more on your serve, more mile an hour on your ground strokes, your volleys, everything else. That's a lot of fun to go out on court and start hitting winners, to start hitting shots that usually you can't do. So it all depends on your style of play, whether you want to be consistent from the back of the court or whether you want to try and hit through your opponent. It all depends on what you want from the setup. So yeah, go out there, test it, and see which suits you best. So that is it for this experiment. This has probably been my favorite experiment so far. Really happy with the results. Besides the midpoint, the other 2 experiments came in very good, so very happy with that. And if this is of any interest to you, we do have a lot of experiments lined up in the future, and I mean a lot. So stay tuned, check them out, and yeah, we'll see you in future. Happy hitting.